right? For me, it's always easy. So, take that from a national level and look at it wherever it is you live. Unless you live in New Jersey or you live in California, you could pretty much do this anywhere and find that area that has the lower taxes. Even in New York, I know a lot of people that invest in upstate New York, Catskills, Buffalo, all that, because real estate taxes are so low, especially when you compare it to the 5 boroughs and what everybody else is paying for real estate taxes. So people love to live there. They'll take the commute into the city, right? They're still in their home state of New York, and they're making money while they're at it. So, all right, Mark, let's get back to you for a second, though, because there's a time and a place where you're saying, okay, I think I'm getting close enough to my goal now. I brought in, I've got 3, 4, 5, 10 properties now. I've got cash flow in the thousands. And I want to start taking this thing to a whole new level. Going to work is actually costing me money versus if I were in real estate full time. So I'd like you to do 2 things for me. One, what was the day before you quit like? And what was the day after you quit like? Because they're 2 different things.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So the day, it was almost a year ago. I quit April 30th of last year.
Congratulations. It's always your
anniversary.
anniversary.
I'm almost 12 months in, so it's tremendous.
12 months.
Yeah, 12 months in on my own. So the day before, I was very excited. I mean, that entire week, just knowing that I was done working for this company, and that I was going to start a life on my own and create the life that I envisioned, was very exciting. The very next day, I can't recall exactly what I did, but I know it didn't work. It wasn't that I was hanging on. I didn't go. I wasn't sleeping in late or anything like that. I know I got up, and I'm that kind of guy that gets up early, 6 o'clock in the morning, and starts my day.
And you're not a risk taker.
No,
I mean,
no,
let's talk about that real quick. In your old life, what were you?
I was an IT and operational compliance auditor.
A compliance auditor.
Yeah, compliance
right?
auditor.
So it doesn't sound like you don't sound like a guy who's like really into. You wouldn't be quitting a job unless you could.
Unless I knew what I was getting myself into.
Structure.
Right.
And you wouldn't be investing in something unless you had torn it apart 12 ways from Sunday.
Sure.
Now we've had several conversations where we meet at the diner a couple times where we would actually just talk about what he would need to do next to be able to catapult to the next level, to be able to take it to the next game. And every time we met, the time thereafter, he had already gotten that much farther. And I mean, I think the critical point here is being able to create that path for yourself, so that you know what you want, as we were talking a little earlier in the radio show, with regards to goals and your why and all that, and being able to carry through on that. And frankly, I got to give it to Mark on that. He did a wonderful job on following through on all of the things that most people just stop and stumble on.
Or they find excuses. Here's why I couldn't. They show up for their accountability meeting with Joe. Right. And by the way, that's the real estate lifestyle way. Right. We know that we all procrastinate because we do it ourselves. Yeah. That's how we know. The only difference between me and you is that maybe I started in real estate a little sooner than you did. That's it. Everything else, I've got all the same problems. I procrastinate. I like to wake up late. I dilly-dally. I'm scared of stuff. I've got all the same things that you do and that everybody else has. And part of the real estate lifestyle way is through the coaching process to create that accountability. Okay, we're going to sit down. We're going to look at here's where you were last time we got together, and here's where we are today. Or you two chose to meet in a diner.
Right.
We're a local.
I'm a breakfast guy.
Yeah, Joe's a breakfast guy. Now I can eat breakfast any time of day.
Right.
Yeah, he's got to call me at lunch because I'm not a morning guy.
Right, and I'm not a morning guy either. It's not really my thing. But you want to talk to me at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm wide awake. So
right, absolutely.
I'm good at working with people on the West Coast. You
right.
know what I mean? It's easy to deal with me. We're in Arizona, but that accountability process is really the thing we all need. It's kind of like that little kick in the pants, that little peer pressure that keeps you moving from level to level to level. How did that work out for you? Like, what were you thinking when you knew, hey, in 3 weeks from now, I'm going to be meeting with Joe, and I've got these 4 tasks that I need to do.
Sure.
Were you like, oh man, I better do these because I'm going to meet with Hurst?
That's the whole purpose of accountability. And I've done some research. And I've talked to other people that a lot of stuff gets done that hour, the 2 hours, the 3 hours before you actually have that meeting.
Right.
Because you don't want to go into that meeting not saying that I didn't get these 5 things done.
Right.
So the sessions were great. I mean, Joe's been absolutely tremendous in terms of his advice, his feedback, how to approach private lenders, how to close. My closing ratio wasn't that good, so he gave me some great advice on the closing process.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about Mark, because Mark is he's very accountable for himself. Every time I talk to him, is, hey, I'm on my way to this other group. I'm on my way to meet this other person.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to Joe, and I'm ready to close now, and I'm ready to move forward in the process. And he continues to evaluate deals and continues to push and to bring the other team members on. Hey, what do you think about this? With the big apartment building downtown that you were talking about, or and I said, look, I've been to that building 15 times.
Right.
Yeah, the Brewery Building, right?
Yeah, the Brewery Building. I was like, every other investor that calls me is like, hey, I saw this building. Like, I got 15 estimates on that building right there.
Well, honestly, that's a difference between who you learn real estate investing from and who you're working with from a coaching perspective. I'll give you an example. Here's a list of all the seminars that this guy's doing here. I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but I am holding up this little sheet of paper. Look at this. Look how it's pages of here's where this guy's going to be, and this is just in April, by the way. In April, he's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 seminars to teach people how to do real estate investing.
And that's noon and 6 o'clock.
And twice a day, 28 days.
When does he invest?
This guy's not investing in real estate. This guy is a
or
professional.
He's not paying attention to his investings, at least.
He couldn't possibly be. Instead, he's a professional speaker. And there's a big difference between being a paid public speaker and making your money that way, or making your money as a real estate investor. And the reason that so many real estate lifestyle members get out of the rat race, solve their financial problems once and for all, diversify in a way where they're creating immediate cash flow now and thriving in an up, down, or sideways real estate market is because they're working with people like myself and Joe Hurst and Vic Milborn, who are actually in the field doing this day after day. And I mean, seriously, if you want to see, that we're really for real, you go to youtube.com/Philly Investor, and you can see these actual projects as they happen, what's going on inside of them, and what these deals look like, and who the people are that are doing these deals as well.
Right. Mark deals also is on there.
Yeah,
getting in his deal is on there, and that's what gives Mark the time and the effort to look at it from a high level, from a general perspective. That Joe and I always talk about things from a military perspective, and being the general and then making your moves as if they're pieces on a chessboard, for lack of a better term. And that's what gives him the option to do that, because he understands that hey, where I spend my time at is the real estate investor time, and it's not no need of me being in there swinging a hammer. That's distracting from what my
or
goal
dealing
is.
with a tenant.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, or dealing with a tenant, or swinging a hammer and going out and flushing toilets and all that kind of stuff. It's like he's got somebody who's accountable for that. He has a team member who's accountable for that, so he's able to go and recruit for his other businesses. As a matter of fact, I met with him at the property so that he could bring all other private money investors in, so they could say, hey, this is what I'm doing right now, and this is the stage that it's at right now, and if you got any questions, you can ask me. But here's where the money that you give me, here's where it's going into the building.
Yeah, I'm able to take those videos and send them to my private lenders, and they love it, so they can see their money going to work for them, for them and for me.
Right, yeah.
And now I've taken that same concept and done other video emails that I'll send to my private lenders, saying here's phase 1, here's phase 2, here's phase 3, so they can get a sense as to that their money is really working hard.